What's up guys, and welcome back once again to Diddy Reviews Tech. Today I'm checking out a new case. Well, it's kind of new and a little bit late to the party on this one, but it's relatively new, and this is from APNX, I believe a subdivision of Aerocool. I've worked with Aerocool lots of times in the past and always been impressed with their budget sort of cases. APNX is looking to be sort of a more premium brand, and obviously this is meant to be a more premium case. So basically we're going to have a look over this case today. We're going to show you the features of it, and then there will be a build video coming soon, hopefully in the next week or so. We'll get a build done in this, and then we'll test the actual thermal performance and see what it looks like once it's got a full build in it. So let's get on with it. Let's strip it down, take a look at all the features of it, give you some information on it, and then you can decide whether it's something you would be interested in. Comes in 3 different colours, this one. I've got the ChromaFlair one, which I believe looks the best. It looks absolutely beautiful, sort of a blue colour, but it also is sort of like a colour changing, so when you move around it, it sort of changes between blue and green and purpley kind of colours, and I think it looks absolutely amazing. Also comes in a black and a white, which actually are cheaper than this. The standard MSRP for this was around £160, £170. Currently, at the time of filming, it's on offer. It's dropped down to about 120 or 130. I'll leave links in the description below. So now it's become a more compelling sort of buy, and I think the black and white ones are even cheaper now. I think they may be down to about £100. Again, I'll leave comments in these links in the description below, so you can see the current price on those at the time you check, but at the time of filming, that's the sort of prices on it at the moment. So it is now a more compelling case to buy. So let's have a look at it, see what makes it tick, and then you can obviously be the judge of whether you want to go ahead and buy one of these, or if it's something you're interested in, compared to some of the other ones you may be checking out. So let's get on with it. So as you can see, this is the I nearly said Aerocool then, APNX C1, C1 Creator, I believe is the full name of it. And as you can see, it's sort of this, it's a mid-tower case. It's got nice rounded edges, comes in this beautiful colour if you want it. It's called ChromaFlair, this one. It is meant to have fingerprint resistance, and yes, from a distance I can't see anything. You probably can if you look a bit closer. I have looked at other videos online of this, and they are saying you can actually see them if you get close, but from a distance I can't see anything with that, and it feels really nice quality, really well painted, everything like that. I've actually just smudged it there, and it definitely did see fingerprints on it, but they cleared up pretty quick. So let's get all the panels off, and we'll see basically what we can do with this. So first of all, let's get the glass panel off. Tempered glass. Literally, as far as I can see, I've had a quick look over this, it's completely toolless, so take it apart. So literally don't need any even thumb screws or anything like that to take the panels off. It's literally just whip them off. On this one, it's got a little sort of recess behind here, and you literally just pull like that. A couple of tabs at the bottom hold it in place, and away it comes. That's the glass there, slightly tinted, tempered glass panel. As you can see, that's sort of tint you're getting on it. Covers are still on at the moment because I don't want to get it all grubby. The side panel off, the glass panel. Again, top panel, got a little sort of handly type thing under here. Push that up, and off it comes with push pins everywhere, and it's sort of a mesh top panel on there, no dust filter on there. But personally, I think that's a good idea. You don't need dust filters on the top. They're just pointless really, because everyone uses them as exhaust. Then we'll go around to the front, and as you can see, I've just removed it by accident. It's sort of nice and curved, and it curves around the side as well. Curves all the way around here, this mesh panel all the way around. It looks absolutely lovely. That is literally just pull up, and it comes out, and it's got the tabs at the top, and the sides literally pulls up and off it comes. And then finally, the back panel is the same as the glass panel. Pull it from the back there with a little recess, 2 tabs at the bottom, away it comes, and again that is mesh as well for more airflow basically. And that's it, stripped down to its bare bones. So now we'll go through basically the features of the case to give you an idea of what's included and what's sort of available to you as a builder. So at the front, we've got a full-size dust filter. If you want to leave it in, you can do. It's quite a fine mesh. Again, in the review video coming up soon, we'll test that on how it performs with and without that. 2 little sort of spring sort of loaded tabs there, spring plastic tabs. Pivots out of the way and off that comes. And then up front, we've got three 140mm ARGB fans. These are their new F1, I believe they're called, or F2. I think it's the F2 is the 140. And these are 30mm thick fans. 30mm thick fans, so they should provide plenty and plenty of airflow. Rubber pads in each corner, so that's a good added value, and especially at the price it is at the moment, as it's come down a little bit, as I said. Obviously it can change, but the price at the moment, you're getting three up at the front there, 140mm fans, plenty and plenty of airflow there. That's about all there is to tell you on the sort of front of it. We'll quickly switch to the top and show you that. Up top we've got the I/O, we've got a reset button, a combined audio, a USB-C power button, which looks like it glows up as well. And we've got two USB-A's as well, so plenty of input there and sort of a standard positioning. Whilst we're at top as well, we've got a removable bracket which can be taken out with these 6 screws around the edge to put your AIOs or your fans on, or your radiators, whatever you want to put on here. And it's up to 360mm radiators up here, so 3 120s or a 360mm radiator, or AIO, whatever you want to use. And at the front, as I didn't mention before, with it being 3 140s, it should get up to a 420. I will put that up on screen to give you a definite on that. But now let's go around to the sort of business side of it and have a look at what you can get on the inside. Going around to the inside of the case, where your build's going to go, let's quickly talk about what you can get in here. Motherboard support is up to ATX, no eATX support on here. Standoffs only go to there for ATX, so obviously ATX down to mini ITX. Why you'd put a mini ITX in this, I don't know, but that is obviously supported. You also get an inclusion of another 120mm of the same type of fan at the back, so the same type of fan, just in a 120mm variant. I believe that's the F1. ARGB 30mm thick fan, should be plenty of airflow from that. In terms of cooling support on top of your CPU, you're looking at up to 166mm out to the side for a CPU tower cooler. Obviously, if you've got an AIO, you don't need to worry about that because they're much more low profile. GPU clearance from back to front is 395mm, so plenty there for most graphics cards. Even some 4090s should fit in there, no problem. But obviously, bear that in mind when you're looking at this case. Check the specs of your GPU and obviously find out whether it's going to fit your needs. Again, as mentioned before, 120mm radiator support at the back and obviously 120mm fan. At the top, we've got up to 360mm radiator support, 3 times 120mm. You can get 240mm up there, so a 280 if you want to put a radiator on the top. Down the bottom, we've got a full length PSU shroud which runs the entire length of the case, and it's perforated all the way along to allow airflow from that bottom front fan to get air up into there, to get it up to the bottom of your graphics card as well, and obviously some cooling down there for your PSU and things like that. Plenty and plenty of airflow down there. And we've got a cable cover over here which can be removed, which you will need to remove if you want to use the side fittings for radiators slash fans. And on the side we can get up to 360mm radiator or 3 times 120mm fans. Again, you could get 2 140s there and put a 280. Like I say, this bracket can be removed. When I do a build, I'm probably going to leave it there because I think we've got plenty of airflow here. Plus obviously we're going to have a radiator, we're going to have an AIO probably at the top, or an air cooler, and we'll have some maybe more exhaust at the top. I'll decide that when I come to it. Also, you've got a included GPU sag support, anti-sag bracket there included, which can be moved up and down in this slot here. So you should be able to see that on camera. There's a slot at the back here. You've got quite a lot of adjustment in that. You can move it all the way up and down to support your graphics card. And also, by the looks of it, it can be moved to this slot here if you need to. If you want to support it, if you've got a shorter graphics card and need support, you can move it over here and still get support for your graphics card. To remove that cable cover slash sort of bracket that I mentioned earlier, there's a couple of screws on the back here. We'll talk about the back shortly. Pop these 2 screws out at the bottom. There's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws to remove on this to get this bracket out. And once those screws are out at the back, you can literally just lift that out of the way, and you've got access there for your fan mounting. This also needs to be removed, this sort of front PSU shroud piece, unless you're only doing a couple of fans on the side. If you're not completely filling it, you can leave that in. And again, this is just 2 more screws at the back. There's also a couple of screws on the bottom to remove this. Then once all of those screws are out, you can literally lift this piece away and somehow get it out, and then massage it out. And now you have a massive space at the front here where you can get up to 360mm radiator or 3x 120mm. According to APNX, the total fan mounts included in this case is up to 11. 3 at the front, 3 at the side, 3 at the top and 1 at the back. That only makes 10. I don't know where they're getting the 11th one from. Please let me know in the comments below if I'm being stupid. Probably am, but I can't figure that out. Unless they're including the CPU cooler fan, I don't know. But as I can see, it's only 10. 3, 6, 9. 10. Who knows? So that's the interior. Plenty of space in there. Like I say, we've got PSU shroud, fans. I'll just quickly show you that GPU support. You've got basically 2 thumb screws on the back here. You undo those. They're safe thumb screws. They're always tight from factories. Loosen those off. And then you can slide that up and down this bracket. You can take it out completely and move it to the forward bracket. Or if you're losing this, you can also put it in here and you can basically still use it with your case, even if you're removing this whole cover. Talking about cable management, once that cover's removed, obviously it's quite open then. You're gonna have fans here covering this bit up, but you've got your slots here aren't grommeted or anything like that. So you are gonna have to be careful with cable management so it looks tidy at the front. However, as you can see, these actual cutouts for your cables sit behind the motherboard, so you could literally route out, come round and into the top, so you should be able to hide them nicely. You've got cable cutouts at the top here as well. One over here for fan EPS, plenty space up here to get fan cables and stuff like that through, and over here as well. Plenty at the bottom, at the bottom below the motherboard, and also in the PSU shroud. There's absolutely tons of cable pass-throughs to get your cables through, so cable routing should be an absolute doddle, should be really easy to do. And that's about it in terms of the inside of the case. Any questions, obviously ask in the comments below and I'll get back to you about that. Whilst we're here, quickly talk about the bottom of the case. Stands on these feet, and underneath we've got a full length dust cover. Cover your power supply and anything else really, so it covers the whole bottom of it, which is removable from the back. So obviously if you're going to need to remove it, you have to pull it away from your wall or anything like that to get access to it, but that comes out, slides, and the slits in these slots here. Nice, easy to remove, nice inclusion. Now let's go around to the back end of the case. This is pretty much standard for most cases, so there's not a lot to talk about here. We've got up to 120mm fan mount, as I've said before, already populated with one of APNX's F1s, I believe they're called. IO shield, 7 slots, PCIe slots. You could put a vertical GPU in this if you wanted to. You would need to buy a separate bracket to do that. And then there's venting on the back here as well. PSU installation is from the back with this cover, 2 thumb screws, remove that, pop it onto your PSU, slide it in place, and then fit that afterwards. Absolutely fantastic, easy, not much to talk about there. So let's go around to the back and have a look at this, and we'll show you what you can do back here. So as mentioned before, up to 360mm fans. This is obviously where you would route your cables and everything like that. The front ones are pre-routed here along these brackets. This bracket here isn't removable, it's riveted in. So it would have been nice to see it removable, to be honest with you, because then you can get it out, if you want to put a radiator on, you can settle that up and then slide it back in place. But it's not too much of an issue. There is plenty of room. Obviously just plan that before you start. Probably get that in one of your first things, so you're not wrestling with anything else in the way. It is stepped over away, so it clears the front fans for your radiator and other fans. It should have no problem there whatsoever. And like I say, these cables are routed really nicely from the factory, which is nice to see. Cable tied at the end here. In terms of cable tie down points, you've got plenty around here. You've got 3 down this side. You've got these little channels here which are being used for these fans. You've got 3 on the edge here which you can use. And you've also got another one at the bottom here, so that's 4 down that edge, and then we'll see some more in a minute. This bracket here is for your hard drives or SSDs, 3.5 or 2.5 inch. You can have up to 3 of either, so a combination, 3 in total, a combination of whatever you want. You can fit down here. And I've just noticed whilst I was here, there's this little sort of, I wonder what it was, but it's actually a key to show you what it's for. So it's got like a circle with a cutout on the left, circle with a cutout on the bottom, and then just a circle. So it's telling you basically what the holes are for down here and what you use them for. So the ones that are to the left are for a HD, a 3.5 inch hard drive. The ones that are downwards are for 2.5 inch, and the one that's just a hole is for a fan. So basically it's saying you can put an extra fan in the back here, and that's these holes here. So there's an extra 120mm fan can go in the back here. Weird placement for a fan, to be honest with you. Provide some extra cooling to the back of your motherboard, or as an exhaust you can have it so it's pulling any heat away from the motherboard. Yeah, strange option. So that's where your temp fan goes, as I was struggling with that before. 120mm fan can go on the back there, and like I say, up to 3 hard drives, SSDs, combination of those. To remove this, to get access to everything else, there's 4 screws, 2 at the top and 2 at the bottom, and then that just slides out, and like I say, you can install your hard drives and everything on that before you put it in. And then that gives us access to the rest of the case. There's absolutely tons of room for cable management, and according to APNX it's 40mm. I'll spin the case around so you can have a quick look in here. As you can see, there's a big gap. It's very deep to get your cables in. You shouldn't have much issue getting your cables routed in here. In terms of further towel down points, you've got extra ones here, 2 there, 2 there, 2 there, and that's about it. It would have been nice to see 1 over here to route your EPS cable, to make your life a little bit easier with routing that and tying it down out of the way. Also included is an ARGB / fan controller, and it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inputs, so you can control 5 fans from this, which obviously is not enough to fill the case, but it's enough for what you've got in here already, plus another 1. So obviously if you're going to want more, you're going to need a bigger controller, or you're going to have to connect the rest of them to your motherboard. And then in terms of power and things like that, it's SATA powered for the controller. You've got pass-through to your motherboard, and pass-through for motherboard for the fan control, speed control. So obviously you clip that into your CPU head or anything like that, and then go from there. Got HD audio connections, USB Type-C, USB 3, Type-A, and then obviously front panel connections. They're all bundled up there, out of the way for now. Currently, when you get this case, the current configuration is that your reset button up here is linked to the ARGB controller. So that button I showed you earlier on the top at the front is linked into here, so that will control your ARGB rather than resetting. Obviously you can take that out, put that on your reset switch on your motherboard, and then pass through to your motherboard, which is what I will do when I come to building this, because I just prefer the motherboard to control it and prefer to have a dedicated reset switch. I just find it a lot easier. It's always handy to have a reset. And that's about it for the back. Like I said, there's plenty and plenty of cable management options here. One thing I didn't mention is power supply support is up to 270mm. As you can see, there's plenty and plenty of room back there. Power supplies are a lot smaller than they used to be, even for the high power ones. They tend to be a lot smaller unless you're going obviously crazy, but you should still be able to get those in. Plenty of room there, and enough room to fit your cables in the back as well. So up to 270mm PSU support there. Quick one on accessories that come with it. You get a little box inside which is tie wrap to it when you receive it. This just comes with things you'll need. It comes with more clips here for your side panels, so if you break or lose any of those, you've got a couple of spares, which is nice. You get a bag full of spacers, screws for power supply, motherboard standoffs, HDDs, SSDs, all sorts in there, little rubber standoffs and things like that, and a bag of tie wraps as well. But they also include these as well, APNX branded Velcro tie downs, quite a lot of those actually. There's about 8 or so of those that you get included as well, which is nice. So you can tidy all your cables up on the inside if you want to. And that's it in terms of the specifications of this case. So we've got plenty and plenty of room to play with. I'll pop all the side panels back on and then we'll have a quick talk about it. Right, so that's my overview of the APNX C1 Creator C1, however it's named, but C1 basically, APNX. That's my overview of it. Just want to give you an idea of everything that you can do with this case in terms of fan installation, CPU, cooler, GPUs, PSUs, hard drives, all that sort of stuff. I want to give you an idea, give you a good overview of everything that you can do with this case. And like I say, the build will be coming very soon. I just wanted to get this out there first so you can have a good look over it, see whether it's for you or not. Obviously, you know better once you've built in it, so that will sort of be my review, is when I'm building it. You know better about it, but I can't see there being any issues with this in terms of building. It looks like it's going to be very, very easy to build in. There's lots and lots of room, especially for cable management, lots of fan mounts. I'll leave it as it is in terms of fans, obviously, other than whatever I put on my AIO that's going to go in there. Or I may even use APNX's CPU cooler, because I have that as well, which I'll be doing a video on that soon. But this case, fantastic from what I can see so far. I absolutely love this colour. I think it looks absolutely stunning, especially when you move around it. You can see sort of different colours. I'll put a little bit of that up on screen as I'm talking about it now, so you can, hopefully on camera you can see the colour shift. It might be a bit difficult to see, but I will try my best to show that off. But yeah, absolutely love the look of this case. I think it's very unique looking in terms of having it sort of nice curved all the way around and things like that. Like I say, it is also available in white and black as well, so if this colour's not for you, which it's not going to be for everyone, because some people obviously like the colours they want in their build, they want either a white build or they want a black with like all red LEDs or blue LEDs, green LEDs, that kind of stuff. This colour isn't going to be for everyone, and obviously it is a little bit more expensive as well. So if you want black or white, that's available too, and obviously it's exactly the same case, just in black or white, and it's a little bit cheaper than this one. So that's it guys, just wanted to give you a quick show over this case, so you can see what makes it tick, what you can do with it, everything like that. And the build will be coming very, very soon. We'll do the normal build will be a 5900X 3080 FE, that kind of thing in there, just to show it off, and then also review the thermal performance. Again, I can't see the thermal performance being bad at all. There's plenty and plenty of airflow, ventilation on this case. So it should be a decent case for that as well. So I hope you enjoyed this guys. I hope this has given you a good insight into this case, and you can decide whether you want it or not. Apologise if you can hear any noise in the background. There's building work going on somewhere. But anyway, I hope you, like I say, hope you enjoyed this. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down, not a problem at all. Leave me any comments if you have any questions or just want to let me know something you know about this case, or if I missed something. Always happy to hear from you, and please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Really, really helps me out, helps the channel out, and it'll be great to have you on board. So thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next video when I'll be reviewing this and doing a build in it. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.